student. I am Abhilash Rajput from Rose Public School, Suliyari. Today I am going to start with a new chapter, that is federalism. So before that I would like to recapitulate a little bit and move towards keep you towards the last chapter that we had studied. In that chapter we had noticed that division of power, vertical division of power among the different levels of the government is the major form of power sharing in the modern democracy. Is the major form of power sharing required in the modern democracy. Now, so why that? I would like to put you on the federalism now. Now, what is federalism? First of all, we need to understand it. Federalism is a system in which the power is divided between the central government and the constituent units of the country. Okay. So now this is the one point. Now for a better understanding, move on. I would like to just make you understand by the example of the previous chapter. In the previous chapter, what has happened? Now, basically you had observed the case, did the case study of Belgium and Sri Lanka related to the power sharing, related to the appliance of power sharing, accommodation that is to be done in the Belgium and accommodation that was not seen in Sri Lanka. So basically there are two systems that are basically leads the democracy towards the particular destinations. So basically there are two systems. One is unitary system, one is said to be the unitary system, and another one is called federal system, which I have just defined you about it. So what was happened in Belgium, before the accommodation, in Belgium the central government, okay, basically the central government has a power that they can pass an order to the state government, and state government obliged to follow all that order of the central government. So the problem starts to begin over there. Okay, what they had realized the problem and move on and put forward themselves towards solving it, and for that solution they had applied power sharing. Okay, and afterwards they had chosen a path of federal system. Means what I would like to make you understand that earlier the Belgium had a unitary system, and when they had decided to shift their approach from the unitary system to the federal system, the problem was solved over there. Okay. What I mean to say that they were ready to distribute the power amongst the state government. The central government was ready to distribute the power amongst the state government. So the problem was solved. So that was the federal system. What in Sri Lanka had not resolved their problem on that basis. They were strict on applying the unitary system in the country. Okay. They completely defied to opt a federal system in the country. On what the Tamil over there, they were demanding a federal system. What the government in Sri Lanka had denied it, had defied this demand of the Tamil people. And in a more similar way, I would like to make you understand in a way. मान लीजिए मैं एक टीचर मैं क्लासरूम में आप सब बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स हैं, और अगर मैं उनको कुछ पढ़ा रहा हूँ एंड मैं उन्हें अपने तरीके से पढ़ा रहा हूँ, मैं उन्हें चांस नहीं दे रहा कि वो मेरे से क्वेश्चंस पूछें. आई एम गिविंग देम मतलब आई एम नॉट अलाउइंग देम टू आस्क एनी क्वेश्चंस एंड ऑल दैट, और फटाफट अपना सम अप कर रहा हूँ और उसके सो दैट वुड बी द कम आउट. मीन्स I am just imagine at here that I am a teacher as a central government and the student as a state government. So I am not allowing them. I am just putting my whatever I would, the way I would like to make them, that they must know, they must give me the way I want that their response. So forcibly I am expecting from them to give me a affirmative response. So that sort of approach would be called unitary system. That is, it can be regarded as a unitary system. But on the other hand, if I am making the students to understand the concept and then I am allowing them to ask questions, whatever they would like to, whatever the queries they have. Okay? Naturally, if they are free to ask any questions, to give me any suggestions. If I am also hearing their suggestion, expecting and able to understand what they want to make me to understand, or what and how they want to get the things to be understood. So while that approach means we could able to make a very good relationship in between them. So that we can be say as a federal system. That is what happened in federal system. So I hope you would understand now. Now we are just putting forward ourselves. Now I would like to put you to the key feature of federalism. As I have already defined in the beginning, that federalism is a system in which the power is divided in between the central government and the constituent units of the in the country Now let's move on towards the key feature of federalism. The very first feature is federalism. In federalism, there are two or more levels of government. I would like to make it clear one thing, that either there would be two or more than two level of government would be seen over there. Okay, you can take an example of India. Okay, India is the country where we have seen three levels of government: central government, state government, and local government. Okay. Now we also call it two level, or we also call them two tier system. Okay. Like you can say that India has a three-tier system. Got it? Okay. Now the second point is that different tiers govern the same citizen what have different jurisdictions. Means to say that central government and the state governments, they have the different. They have already they were working. They are applying their rule, regulations. All things were as according to their subjects. Okay. They have a particular jurisdictions at where they had to exercise their powers. They are not interfering in each other's limitations, in each other's level. Okay? They were not interfering in each other's levels. Okay? Then the third is respective jurisdictions were specified in constitutions, and in a democratic setup, this jurisdiction of the particular level of the government that has been mentioned in a constitution. It has been written, or it has been mentioned in the constitution. Okay. Now the fourth point is change in the level required. If there is a change, if there would be felt a need to change in the level, require the consent of other levels of government. If suppose by the face of time, okay, if any level of the government they felt that the change must be there must be some amendment to be done with the rules, some particular rule or law, okay, related to the law, okay, so they cannot do it at their own, okay. They had to take the consent of all the levels of the government. If all the levels of the governments are agreed on it, only then the amendment would be held. Then fifth, that is, court have powers to interpret. Okay. In case if there would seen or if there would experienced any dispute in between the central government and the state government on any issue, okay, in that case the court has the authority to interpret their matter. Means to what you can be say that at here the court is playing a role of umpire or referee. Okay. Then comes basically their main objective is their double objective: safeguard and promote unity of country and accommodate regional diversity. Now both the level of the government, okay, they had a very common objective, and that is to safeguard and promote unity of country, okay, while accommodating the regional diversity. Means this is the sole responsibility of both the levels of the government to maintain the unity of the country, okay, amongst this diversity, amongst the regional diversities. ठीक है, so this is how these were the key features of federalism. You better to listen them carefully. ठीक है, so now I'm just put forward one step ahead. Now this is what we had studied. We had already I have just explained to you about the key features of federalism. Now, okay, the federalism system has been done. Now basically the federal system, federation, either the countries of federalism, a federal structure has not been seen on an identical way. Okay, in every country, federation in the country, there are basically two roots that forms federation, and the system of federation depends upon the historical context of the country. Okay. It is not necessary that you had seen the setup in a similar way in all the country, in every democratic country, wherever there is a federation, wherever there is a federal structure. Okay. So federation can also be formed. There are basically two roots that are responsible for the form of federation. The first amongst them is like a separate independent states coming together, form a big unit, form a nation, okay, by pulling with sovereignty, pulling to maintain sovereignty and pulling to maintain sovereignty and retain identity, okay, so that to increase their security. Means separate states, they came together, okay, and form a one big unit to safeguard their sovereignty, to retain their identity, to increase their security. For example, your America, Australia and Switzerland. These countries are the example of, and this route of federation is known as coming together federation. Okay, now, and another route of federation is when a nation decides to divide its power, when a nation divides in a state, okay, and divides its power in its constituent units, okay, got it? That we call holding together federation. So basically there are two routes of federation: coming together federation and holding together federation. The examples of coming together federation are Switzerland, America, Australia, and the examples of holding together federation is India, Brazil and Spain. Okay, you can count some other countries too. There are so many countries. Okay, what these are the examples of. Is that clear? So I hope you would have understood it. Okay, so I have a request. आप इस टॉपिक को अच्छी तरह से सुनिए, अच्छी तरह से समझिए, ठीक है, और क्योंकि ये लॉकडाउन पीरियड चल रहा है तो इसलिए आप इन चीज़ों का फैसिलिटी को अवेल करिए, ठीक है। नोट्स, जो क्वेश्चंस जो भी भेजे जा रहे हैं उन्हें प्रॉपरली अपनी फेयर नोटबुक में लिखते जाइए, उन्हें रेगुलरली, आप ऐसे समझिए कि आपकी रेगुलरली क्लास चल रही है, आप अपना टाइम शेड्यूल बनाइए और उस तरह से उसको मेंटेन करके रखिए। ओके, स्टे होम, स्टे सेफ, थैंक यू वेरी मच।